We've got a week's worth of comics, variants, trade paperbacks, and hardcovers releasing July 16th, along with the long overdue tribute of none other than Jack the King Kirby. Let's talk about it all right here on The Cover Story. First up, we see the acclaimed series Beneath the Trees Where Nobody Sees is not only getting a sequel comic right to spring #1, but it's also getting an inspired line of hot sauces. IDW and Jade City Foods have teamed up to release 5 distinct hot sauces, each featuring a gruesome, distinct hot sauce that is going to be inspired from the original comic itself. The hot sauces are available right now at Jade City's website, and the new comic just hit shelves last week. Check out On the Pull List to hear my thoughts on the series' return. Speaking of major comic events, Marvel is gearing up for the colossal X-Men epic called Age of Revelation. This storyline celebrates the 30th anniversary of the classic Age of Apocalypse and takes us 10 years into the future. The central figure is Doug Ramsey, now known as Revelation, who's inherited the mantle of Apocalypse. His evolved mutant powers allow him to speak entire worlds into existence, and he uses this ability to create what appears to be a mutant utopia. Sound familiar? Yeah, it's the same X trope that rears its head here about every 5 years or so with the likes of Age of Apocalypse, Age of X-Men, so on and so forth. The saga kicks off with X-Men Age of Revelation #0 and Age of Revelation Overture #1. In other big news for digital comic readers, Global Comics continues its expansion by adding IDW publishing to its platform. This means a catalog of 176 IDW titles are now available digital and as same day as they hit print. This extensive library is accessible through Global Comics' Gold subscription package, which has now been standardized and reduced to $6.99 a month or $69 for an entire year. You'll also have the flexibility to purchase individual IDW titles. This move follows Global Comics' success in bringing DC titles to the platform last fall, solidifying its position as a major player in the digital comic space. This is great news for readers who prefer the convenience of digital access and want to keep up with their favorite series outside of buying the physical copies. Shifting gears to a significant industry battle brewing behind the scenes, a major challenge is emerging against Diamond Comics distribution. Dynamite, Fantagraphics, and Drawn & Quarterly are leading a charge in Diamond's Chapter 11 bankruptcy proceedings. The core of this dispute revolves around Diamond's plan to liquidate consignment stock owned by hundreds of publishers to pay off its own debt. Nick Barucci, the owner of Dynamite Entertainment, is urging publishers and vendors to unite and pool their resources to legally challenge the proposed sale procedures. The deadline for filing a response with Maryland Bankruptcy Court is quickly approaching, set for July 16th. This situation stems from Diamond's bankruptcy filing in July of 2024, which has already seen bids and sales for its assets, legal disputes, and the acquisition of parts of its company by Universal Distribution and Ad Populum. The ongoing saga has resulted in layoffs, canceled orders, significantly delayed titles, retail being affected in major ways here. It's been kind of a mess here. And hopefully, with the pooling of all these resources, something can happen in a positive manner for all of these distributors of comics. Finally, let's talk about a tribute to one of the most influential figures in comic book history, Jack the King Kirby. On July 9th, a special event took place in New York City to honor the legendary artist and co-creator of so many iconic Marvel characters. This intersection on Delancey and Essex Streets in the Lower East Side was temporarily renamed Yancey Street and Jack Kirby Way. This location is incredibly significant as Jack Kirby was born nearby at 147 Essex Street, and the childhood experiences in the Lower East Side heavily inspired the characters, particularly Ben Grimm of the Fantastic Four, who famously hails from Yancey Street. This celebration was attended by Kirby's family and recognized by Marvel Comics, serving as a powerful, albeit brief, acknowledgement of the monumental contributions to the medium. However, the excitement was tempered by the fact that the renaming was only temporary, lasting just a few hours as a one-day special. The temporary nature of the street sign, even being Fantastic Four blue instead of the regulation green, has left many fans advocates feeling a little bit disappointed. Efforts to permanently honor Kirby, such as placing a plaque on his birthplace or permanently renaming the street, have been ongoing and for over a decade now, basically, facing considerable bureaucratic hurdles. Despite these challenges, though, organizations such as the Kirby Museum and the Research Center, along with many legions of fans, continue to push for the lasting tribute. Moving over to the comics I'll be picking up and reviewing this week, we'll start off with Absolute Batman number 10, written by Scott Snyder with artwork by Nick Dragotta. Absolute Flash number 5, written by Jeff Lemire with artwork by A.L. Kaplan. Batman and Robin Year 1 number 9, written by Mark Waid with artwork by Chris Samney. Ghost Pepper number 1, written and drawn by Ludo Lullaby. Imperial number 2, written by Jonathan Hickman with artwork by Iban Coelho. Marvel Knights The World to Come number 2, written by Christopher Priest with artwork by Joe Quesada. The New Gods number 8, written by Ram V with artwork by Evan Cagle. Phantom Road number 14, written by Jeff Lemire with artwork by Gabriel Hernandez Walta. Red Coat number 13, written by Jeff Johns with artwork by Brian Hitch. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles number 10, written by Jason Aaron with artwork by Juan Ferreira. This Ends Tonight number 1, written by Jerry Duggan with artwork by Jay Lee. Tin Can Society number 7, written by Peter Warren with artwork by Francesco Mobili. Ultimate Black Panther number 18, written by Brian Hill with artwork by Stefano Caselli. Wonder Woman number 23, written by Tom King with artwork by Daniel Zampiri. And finally, Zatanna number 6, written and drawn by Jamal Campbell. For the variants I'll be looking at this week, we'll start off with Absolute Batman number 10, cover E, the 1 in 50 variant by Sean Crystal. Batman and Robin Year 1 number 9, cover B, the Junie Ba variant. Batman and Robin Year 1 number 9, cover C, the Frank Quitely variant. G.I. Joe number 9, cover B, the Andrea Milana variant. Ghost Pepper number 1, cover D, the 1 in 25 Joe Madeira variant. Post Malone's Big Rig number 1, cover B, the Maria Wolf variant. The New Gods number 8, cover B by Javier Rodriguez. And finally, This Ends Tonight number 1, cover B, the 1 in 10 Jay Lee variant. Moving over to trade paperbacks and hardcovers, I'll be looking into 10,000 Ink Stains, a memoir hardcover by Jeff Lemire. Action Comics The Phantoms trade paperback by Mark Waid. Bone Deluxe Edition Part 1 The Valley by Jeff Smith. Grommets trade paperback by Rick Remender and Brian Posehn. Shade the Changing Man Volume 1 hardcover by Peter Milligan. And finally, the Spectrum trade paperback by Rick Quinn. So that's what's piqued my interest this week, but I'm more curious. What are you interested in, and what are you going to be picking up? Do me a favor, like, share, and subscribe, and be part of the panel. Leave me a comment down below. Thank you so much for watching. We'll talk to you next week.